Hello, my dear students. Welcome all of you to this today's lecture. In previous lecture, we have seen the basics of system and control system. Okay, so let us revise some concepts that we have studied in a last lecture. So in last lecture, we have started with our course overview. After that, we have seen syllabus, reference book, marking scheme. After that, we have seen course outcome of this subject, and I think you may have gone through the course structure of each and every subject in this year or in this semester. So after that, we have started unit number 1, that is basics of a control system. Under that, we have seen the definition of a system. What do we mean by system? System is physical interconnection of some components working together to produce the result. Okay, कोई भी फिजिकल कंपोनेंट्स अगर आप कोई तो टास्क करने के लिए इंटरकनेक्ट कर रहे हैं, कुछ तो काम है आपको उससे, तो उसको आप सिस्टम बोल सकते हैं. अभी सिस्टम तो बनाया है और उसको जब आप इनपुट अप्लाई करते हो तब आपको आउटपुट मिलता है. मीन्स if you do the physical interconnection of some components, you have to apply some input, external signal, that is called as input, and with the help of this interconnection of a physical component and input, we are generally producing the result as a output. So we are applying input to the physical interconnection of a components, that is a system, and due to that input and physical interconnection of the system and its interaction, generally output is produced. What do you mean by control system? Okay, if we are having some control over that physical interconnection of a components or a system, then that system can be called as a control system. Okay, तो हमने एग्जाम्पल भी देखे थे सिस्टम के और कंट्रोल सिस्टम के. अगर आप सिंपल मोटर ले लो, उसको आप इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल दे रहे हो, और due to that electrical signal, suppose that motor is rotating, then what is the physical interconnection in this case, what is the input and what is the output, that we have to understand. So if you see the motor, there are different parts inside, like electromagnets, rotor, stator, and if you connect these components together, these physical components together, it will become a system. So what is the input to that system? Input electrical energy is nothing but the input to the system, okay, or that motor. And due to that input and that physical interconnection of a motor, the motor is rotating. Means what? The motor is a system, basic system, which is converting electrical energy at the input into mechanical rotational energy at the output. But remember, one important thing is that here we do not have any control over the output, because that motor is rotating to the 230 volt AC signal directly. Okay, but if you convert that motor into fan with a regulator, it will become a control system, because as we are connecting a regulator there, regulator is having 3 to 4 gears or buttons, we can say, starting from 0 to 4, or in some cases it may be 5. Okay, so now what we are doing here, with the help of that regulator, we are generally adjusting the input electrical energy, or we are adjusting the current. So that's why the motor speed is here controlled, and that motor is converted into fan when we connect the blades to that motor. Okay, so simple motor is system. Okay, fan with a regulator can be called as a control system, because we are having some control over that. Okay, this is the basic definition of system and control system. Okay, after that, feedback we have seen. What do you mean by feedback? Feedback means what? Here output of any control system or system is measured continuously, and its output is sensed with a sensor, and that is given to the input system, so that the desired input and the actual output is compared, and some signal should be generated to correct the output results. Okay, so based upon that, feedback is given or not, the system can be classified into two parts, that is open loop control system and closed loop control system. So what happens in open loop control system? There will not be any feedback. Okay, and when there is a feedback, then that can be called as a closed loop system. We have also discussed the advantages and disadvantages of a open loop system and closed loop system. Open loop system is having some advantages, some disadvantages. Closed loop control system is having some advantages and disadvantages. But as far as the industry is concerned, or applications are concerned, most of the systems consider the closed loop control system because they are adjusting themselves to generate a desired output. Okay, so we have seen the actual meaning of a proper output and desired output. What do you mean by proper output? Proper output means what? We are applying the input, and as per that input, system may produce the output. Okay, but that should not be that may not be your desired output. Okay, so for the desired output, you have to measure output continuously, and we have to take the feedback and we have to apply to the input. Okay, so we have seen some examples. Let us see open loop system example. So here, if you see, it is a one example is mentioned here, that is a bread toaster. So if you see the bread toaster, here the input is given as a time level. Means what? In bread toaster, there is one heating element which may be made up of nichrome wire or other heating element. When we apply the input here, we are applying generally electrical energy, and we are setting some time here. Okay, and what will happen here? This heating element will heat, and due to that the bread will be roasted. Okay, so the roasted bread is output and the input is electrical energy, and you are setting some time. But see here, we are not measuring the roasting level of bread here. Okay, you are setting some time here for suppose for 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and you are applying the input energy, and due to this input energy, this nichrome wire inside that will heat or will produce the heat for a specific time that you have set. Okay, and after that automatically system will turn off and you will get a bread out. Okay, but we are not measuring the roasting level of a bread here. Okay, so that's why here we are not measuring the output quantity or our output. So that's why it is called as open loop system. Okay, what do you mean by closed loop system? Let's understand the example of a automatic electric iron. Okay, so what happens here? Here we are setting some input. Okay, there are again some levels that we are setting. You know, automatic electric iron, you may have seen that. So reference input we are setting here. So there is a thermostat. So this thermostat is generating a control signal. We are not considering any feedback first time here. See just how it works. This control signal is connected to the actuator. So here again actuator will be heating element. Here also we are using nichrome wire, and that due to that nichrome wire the heat is produced, and that heat is applied to the sole plate of iron. What do you mean by sole plate? जो भी इलेक्ट्रिक आयरन होता है उसके नीचे जो प्लेट होता है, मेटल होता है, जो हमें प्रेसिंग के लिए यूज़ करते हैं, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड एज अ सोल प्लेट. सो ये जो सोल प्लेट है ये कौन हीट करता है? ये हीटिंग एलिमेंट हीट करता है. तो वो सोल प्लेट जो हीट होता है वो एक्चुअली इधर जो हमारे ड्रेस होते हैं, जो भी कपड़ा हमारा होता है उधर हम अप्लाई करते हैं. ओके, बट remember one important thing is that here continuously we are measuring the temperature of this sole plate, and that is taken as a feedback and it is given to the thermostat. Okay, and that is actually compared with the input and the feedback that we have taken at the output, and due to that some error signal is generated, and when this sole plate is when the temperature of this sole plate is increasing beyond the rating, then it will automatically turn off. And when this temperature goes below, then again this output will show you that the temperature is now less, so that this thermostat can actuate this heating element and the heating is again started. Okay, so this is called as a automatic electric iron, which is the best example of a closed loop system. Okay, this also we have seen in a last lecture. I have mentioned the example, and now I have explained what do you mean by open loop system, closed loop system. Okay, so do not make a confusion in between system, control system, open loop control system and closed loop control system. Okay, So we have seen on very basics about this one, which is very important to understand the upcoming topics. Okay, now what is the requirement of good control system? Okay, if you see this control system, it is everywhere used. It may be mechanical, it may be hydraulic system, it may be electrical system, it may be electronic system. It is everywhere used. So that's why this is very, very important. So as far as the engineer is concerned, or control engineer is concerned, while designing the control system, we have to consider, or that engineer must consider, the different requirements of a good control system. So which are that? So the first one is accuracy. Okay, so it will produce accurate output. That is the first requirement. Again, the sensitivity. Okay, you may remember in last lecture I have discussed that, or we have discussed one point, that is sensitivity of a closed loop control system is made small because we have to make a system stable. Okay, so the sensitivity is again an important parameter, but most of the control system are less sensitive, because again we have to compromise for the stability. Okay, that we have to see afterwards how the stability is considered, or how stability is gained in a control system. Okay, then noise. So what do you mean by noise? Noise is external unwanted signal or a disturbance that should be also less in the control system. Again, I have discussed earlier, the stability must be higher. Bandwidth should also higher. What do you mean by bandwidth? The range of frequency over which the system works, that is nothing but the bandwidth. Okay, again speed must be very high. Okay, but if you see the open loop control system and closed loop control system, the speed of an open loop control system is higher than a closed loop system, because if you see the open loop control system, the less components are there, so no feedback is taken. So that's why it's giving a fast response. So that's why the speed is again greater in open loop control system. But in closed loop control system, we are getting a little bit less speed. But that will be okay, because it will depends upon the application that you are using, and we can increase the speed by increasing the different parameters of the system that we will discuss afterwards. And the last one is oscillations. Okay, this also we have to discuss in upcoming chapter while studying the stability. So these are a basic requirement of a good control system that we have to consider while designing actual control system. Okay, so now let's see the basic terms which are used in control systems. So if you see the classification of control system, the first classification is made on the basis of linearity and non-linearity of a system. So what do you mean by linear control system and non-linear control system? So for that, we have to consider one simple electrical circuit that you may have studied in a second year also. See, this is the circuit. So this is linear circuit. Suppose here voltage is applied, and here the resistor is connected, and due to this voltage, this current I will flow through this resistor. Okay, so what is linear system or linear circuit that we have to see? A linear circuit or a system is a special system whose output is linearly related or directly proportional to its input. Okay, अभी इधर फॉर्मूला हमें पता है. What do you mean by V? V is equal to I into R. Okay, so V will be I into R. So what will be the I? I will be V upon R. Okay, so here this current will be directly proportional to input voltage. Okay, किसी भी सर्किट में जब करंट फ्लो होता है, कब फ्लो होता है? जब हम उस पर उसे वोल्टेज अप्लाई करते हैं. ओके, तो इफ यू अप्लाई द वोल्टेज हियर, व्हाट विल हैपन? द करंट विल फ्लो एंड द रिलेशन विल बी लीनियर, because the resistor's value will not be changed here. Okay, it is a constant, or it will be constant. Okay, so as per as the quantity of the voltage is increased, what will happen? Current will increase. So here the output is directly proportional to inputs, or output is linearly changing as per the variation in the input. So that's why we can say that this system or this circuit is a linear system. Let us see the example of non-linear control system. Okay, so non-linear system do not obey law of superposition and proportionality. So just we have discussed, you may have studied superposition theorem in second year also, or superposition property you may know, and proportionality is very simple term. Now just consider this non-linear control system. So here what happened, we have connected one diode here. Let's consider this diode as a simple diode that we are using for practical, and the connected here we have connected one load or the resistor we can say, and due to this V, the current will flow through this diode and through this load, and the circuit will complete. Okay, but remember one important thing is that the circuit will be completed only when this diode goes into forward bias condition. Okay, so you know how this circuit works, that's why I have taken a simple circuit. Here we have connected positive of a supply to the anode of a diode, this is anode, and the negative of a power supply is connected to cathode, and in between that we have connected one resistor. So due to this arrangement, diode will go into forward bias condition, but when this voltage will cross 0.7 volt for a silicon diode, okay, so then only this diode will act as a closed switch and current will flow. Okay, and below 0.7 volt what will happen, this diode will not be any this diode will not pass any current, so it will be in off condition, so it will act as an open circuit. Okay, some leakage current will be there, no doubt, but we can say that there will not be any current flowing through this circuit when diode is not forward biased. Okay, but if you see, once diode gets forward biased, its voltage across the diode remains constant and the current will increase rapidly. Okay, see, we are taking the parameter voltage and current through this diode only. Okay, this is the voltage across diode, this is the current across diode. Okay, so up to this we can say it is a 0.7 volt, and when it is crosses 0.7 volt, what will happen, current will increase rapidly and the voltage will almost remains constant. Okay, and here we can say that there is this is non-linear circuit because there is a non-linearity in between voltage and current across the diode. Okay, so such a system or such a circuit can be called as a non-linear control system or non-linear circuit. Okay, so we have seen linear circuit, non-linear circuit. So what is a linear control system? Again, mathematically we can say that when an input x1 produces an output y1, okay, and an input x2 produces an output y2, then any combination alpha x1 plus beta x2 should produce an output alpha y1 plus beta y2. Okay, in such a case system is a linear. Okay, therefore linear system are those where the principle of a superposition and proportionality are obeyed. Okay, so suppose this is y1 output for x1 input and this is y2 output for x2 input for the same system, and if you change some parameter of inputs like this one, alpha and beta, it should reproduce at the output as alpha and beta also. Okay, means what, the output is proportional and it is obeying the superposition property also. Such a system is called as a linear system, and if the system is not obeying any superposition and proportionality, then that system is called as a non-linear control system. Okay, so just you have to keep these terms in your mind. This is just for basic purpose we have taken this. Okay, again classification we can give in two types, that is a time varying control system and time invariant कंट्रोल सिस्टम. ओके, जिस सिस्टम का आउटपुट टाइम के हिसाब से चेंज हो सकता है उसे हम क्या बोल सकते हैं, टाइम वेरिंग सिस्टम बोल सकते हैं. जिस सिस्टम का आउटपुट टाइम के हिसाब से नहीं है उसको हम टाइम इनवेरिंग कंट्रोल सिस्टम बोल सकते हैं. लेट अस टेक एग्जांपल ऑफ दिस वन. सो सिस्टम हुज पैरामीटर्स वैरी विद द टाइम आर कॉल्ड एज अ टाइम वेरिंग कंट्रोल सिस्टम. So when parameters do not vary with the time are called as time invariant control system. So पहले हम टाइम वेरिंग सिस्टम देखते हैं क्या होता है. आपको मिसाइल या रॉकेट पता है सबको. ओके, जब भी हम मिसाइल या रॉकेट लॉन्च करते हैं और लॉन्च करने से पहले उसकी जो टंकी होती है वो क्या होती है, फ्यूल की फुल होती है. ओके, तो उस हिसाब से उसका मास क्या होगा, स्टार्टिंग में ज़्यादा होगा. ओके, बट जब भी हम वो मिसाइल लॉन्च करते हैं और कुछ टाइम पीरियड के बाद जब आप उसका मास कैलकुलेट करने को जाते हो तब क्या होता है कि उसका मास ऑब्वियसली क्या होगा, कम होगा. क्यों? क्योंकि उसने बहुत सा फ्यूल जो है टंकी में उसका कंजम्पशन किया है. ओके, सो हियर वी कैन से द मास ऑफ अ मिसाइल और रॉकेट रिड्यूसेस एज द फ्यूल इज बर्न्ड and hence the parameter mass is a time varying and the control system is time varying type. Okay, so this is very simple and basic example I have taken for time varying control system. Okay, so this missile or rocket or even a plane, we can say it is time varying control system. Okay, so what is a time invariant system? Let us see previous example. अभी ये सर्किट देखिए और ये सिस्टम देखिए, इसे हम टाइम इनवेरिंग कंट्रोल सिस्टम बोल सकते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि सपोज सुबह को हमने इधर सपोज 10 वोल्ट दिया है और रजिस्टर का वैल्यू कुछ तो 1 किलो ओम है, तो उसका हिसाब से जो भी करंट आएगा कैलकुलेशन से आप कर सकते हैं. वही करंट अगर वही पैरामीटर मैं शाम को दे दूं वोल्टेज और रजिस्टर, तो करंट वही होगा. ओके, मीन्स व्हाट, इफ द वोल्टेज इज कांस्टेंट एंड द रेजिस्टेंस इज आल्सो कांस्टेंट, करंट मस्ट बी आल्सो कांस्टेंट. अभी सुबह मेजर किया तो ज़्यादा आ गया, रात को मेजर किया तो कम हो गया, ऐसा नहीं होगा ना इधर. तो इसलिए दिस सिस्टम वी कैन से इज अ टाइम इनवेरिएंट सिस्टम. ओके, सो आई थिंक यू गॉट दिस कंसेप्ट. सो दिस वी हैव सीन. हाँ, नाउ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट part of the control system is Laplace transform. You may have studied this Laplace transform in the first year, okay, or in second year also, no problem. So let's see what is this Laplace transform, because we have to use this Laplace transform for the solving different problems of a control system. घबराइए मत, कुछ सिंपल फॉर्मूले ही हमें याद रखने हैं, ज़्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड ये सब्जेक्ट नहीं है, बहुत ही सिंपल है अगर आप अच्छे से ध्यान दोगे तो. ओके, सो सी हियर व्हाट इज लैप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म. हियर टू इवेल्युएट द परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ एन ऑटोमेटिक कंट्रोल सिस्टम कॉमनली यूज्ड मैथमेटिकल टूल इज लैप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म. ओके, सो लैप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म कन्वर्ट्स द डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन into an algebraic equation in S or S domain. What is this S domain? We will see afterwards. And the Laplace transform exists for almost all signals of a practical interest. Okay, अभी Laplace transform ही क्यों यूज़ करना है ये भी हमें देखना है. Okay, so what is advantage of a Laplace transform and why we have to use this Laplace transform? Okay, पहले ही मैं आपको एक पॉइंट बताना चाहता हूँ इधर कि आपने ये डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन स्टडी किए होंगे मैथ्स में. ओके, टू सॉल्व एनी डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन इज आई थिंक इट बिकम्स मोर कॉम्प्लेक्स. ओके, बट इफ यू सॉल्व इन टर्म्स ऑफ लैप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म देन इट विल बिकम सो ईजी. ओके, सो दैट वी विल सी आफ्टरवर्ड्स while solving actual examples. So solution of differential equations of time systems can be easily obtained. ओके, जो भी डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन होंगे वो हम डायरेक्टली लैप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म में कन्वर्ट करके वो सॉल्व करेंगे, तो बहुत इजी ऑप्शन होगा हमारे लिए. वो कैसे करते हैं बाद में देखेंगे. इनिशियल कंडीशंस आर ऑटोमेटिकली इनकॉर्पोरेटेड. ओके, जो भी सिस्टम के इनिशियली कंडीशंस होंगे, जो भी पैरामीटर्स होंगे, वो स्टार्ट में हम वो इनकॉर्पोरेट कर सकते हैं. वो कैसे करते हैं वो भी हम बाद में देखेंगे. लैप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म प्रोवाइड्स एन ईजी एंड इफेक्टिव सोल्यूशन of many problems arising in an automatic control system. Okay, and this Laplace transform also allow us the use of graphical techniques for predicting the system performance. Okay, so when we will study the actual problem, you will know all this, we will get to know all these points. Okay, so what do you mean by Laplace transform? The Laplace transform of function ft is defined as Fs. Okay, Fs means what? S domain or Laplace domain we can say. It is a Laplace transform of ft. टाइम डोमेन में जो भी फंक्शन होगा वो S डोमेन में कन्वर्ट करता है. और वी कैन से टाइम डोमेन इज कन्वर्टेड इनटू फ्रीक्वेंसी डोमेन with the help of a Laplace transform that we have to see is equal to what? Integration from 0 to infinity ft into e raised to minus st dt. Okay, where Fs is the symbol for the Laplace transform, L is the Laplace transform operator, okay, and ft is the some function of a time. Okay, so the L operator transforms a time domain function into S domain, okay, or into Fs, and S is a complex variable, and this also we will see. S is equal to a plus bj, Okay, so we will see these points also in future examples, don't worry. So just keep these formulas in your mind, or just revise it, because while solving we require this one. Okay, so standard Laplace transform formulas you may have studied in first year mathematics. This is ft, and this is time domain parameters, and these are the Laplace parameters after converted. So this is fs, which is nothing but Laplace of a ft. So Laplace transform of 1 or ut is 1 upon s. So what is Laplace transform of e raised to minus alpha t? That is 1 divided by s plus alpha. Laplace transform of sin omega t is equal to omega divided by s square plus omega square. Similarly, Laplace transform of cos omega t is s divided by s square plus ओमेगा स्क्वायर. ओके, अभी इधर क्या है डिफरेंस आपको ध्यान में रखना चाहिए, इधर ओमेगा है और इधर यस हुआ है. ओके, तो आप ऐसे ध्यान में रख सकते हैं कि कॉस का लास्ट का क्या है, यस है, तो यस इधर आ गया, और साइन में इधर हम ओमेगा ये ध्यान में आपको रखना है. अगर कॉस का लास्ट जो कैरेक्टर है वो यस है, इसलिए इधर यस आएगा, उसका अपोजिट जो है ओमेगा वी कैन से फॉर साइन को आएगा. ओके, so e raised to minus alpha t into sin t is equal to what? Omega. Here s is replaced by what? S plus alpha square. Okay, so here s square है और इधर क्या है, s plus alpha square है, यही आपको ध्यान में रखना है. तो सिमिलरली इधर भी ओमेगा है और इधर क्या आएगा, s plus alpha आएगा, ये आपको ध्यान में रखना है. For this one, e raised to minus alpha t into cos omega t is equal to s plus alpha divided by s plus alpha square plus omega square. t का क्या है, लैप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म 1 अपॉन एस स्क्वायर. ओके, 1 अपॉन एस किसका है, 1 का है, आपको ध्यान में रखना है, या यूटी का है. ओके, सो इफ यू सी टी रेस टू एन, सो एन फैक्टोरियल डिवाइड बाय एस रेस टू एन प्लस 1, देन ई रेस टू माइनस अल्फा टी इंटू टी रेस टू एन, दैट इज एन फैक्टोरियल डिवाइड बाय एस प्लस अल्फा रेस टू एन प्लस 1. ओके, सो डेल्टा टी उसका लैप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म क्या होता है, 1 होता है. ये आपको रिवाइज करना है, आप वीडियो पॉज करके एक बार रिवाइज करिए, 2-3 बार पढ़िए, इसलिए मैंने ये पढ़ा है, सो दैट यू कैन लिसन एंड यू कैन रिवाइज दैट. ओके, तो वीडियो पॉज करके आप क्या कर सकते हैं, 2-3 बार रिवाइज करिए, एक बार लिख के देखिए बराबर आता है क्या. इतने भी अपने स्टैंडर्ड जो इक्वेशंस है या फॉर्मूलाज है किए, सो इट इज़ मोर देन सफिशिएंट फॉर कंट्रोल सिस्टम. ओके, so this is a standard Laplace transform of different input functions in time domain that is converted into S domain. Okay, so what is inverse Laplace transform? By definition, the inverse Laplace transform operator L inverse converts an S domain function back to the corresponding time domain function. Okay, आपको पता है कि Laplace transform क्या करता है कि ft कन्वर्ट करता है fs में, मीन्स टाइम डोमेन S डोमेन में कन्वर्ट करता है. अभी जो एस डोमेन है वो बैक टू हमें टाइम डोमेन में चाहिए, तो हमको इनवर्स लैप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म लेना पड़ेगा. सो इट इज़ गिवन लाइक दिस, एफ टी इज इक्वल टू एल इनवर्स इंटू एफ एस. ओके, सो दिस इज इनवर्स लैप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म. ओके, सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द बेसिक्स ऑफ चैप्टर नंबर 1 ऑफ कंट्रोल सिस्टम दैट वी हैव सीन different parts inside that. Okay, so in next lecture we will start second chapter, which is very important. Okay, so just revise all the points that we have studied, just revise basic formulas of Laplace transform that we have studied. So what we have seen in this unit, we have revised the first lectures topics, then we have seen basic terminologies like time varying and time invariant control system, linear and non-linear control system we have seen, and after that we have seen Laplace transform, its basic formulas we have seen. So why to use Laplace transform, that also we have seen, because solving differential equation will be become so much easier with the help of Laplace transform. वो कैसा easy होता है वो हम बाद में देखेंगे. So उसके बाद हमने इनवर्स लैप्लास भी क्या होता है वो देखा है. ओके, वो ये सब बेसिक्स है जो हमने पढ़े अब तक. प्लीज़ रिवाइज दैट. ओके, so in next lecture we will see modeling or representation of a control system. So we will start unit number 2 in next lecture. So just revise all these points. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself and your family members. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much, my dear students.